Hello, my name is Jack Rocco. Welcome to Video Game Entertainment. This is my vlog, and with me I have.
Hi, I am Harper. I've been a very good friend with Jack since elementary school.
How many years have you been playing video games, Harper?
I probably started playing video games around 5 years old on the old AOL computers, so about 13 years.
And why do you think this? How do you think this makes you qualified?
I have played a lot of video games in my time, so I'm qualified to answer any video game questions.
All right, so we have our first question here: Is gaming a time sink?
Um, that to me, that depends on what type of game you play, because you can put hours and hours of gameplay into something like Call of Duty or Battlefield, and I mean it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be entertaining, it's gonna be relaxing. You're gonna get to shoot all those people, but you're not really gaining anything out of it. But if you play a puzzle type game, or a game that is heavily story based, then you're sort of like learning something or watching a movie.
So would you compare video game storytelling as in the same spot as movies, or?
When it's a well written video game, because something like Portal 2, this game has an amazing story that carries on from the first Portal, which was sort of just a test of the physics engine, and they ended up building upon it and spending years with a very talented team of writers to create this basically cinematic adventure that you get to be the lead star of.
All right, we'll move on to our second question. Are video games an art form? Do you think video games are an art?
I definitely think that video games are an art form. Especially because like movies, they combine so many different forms of art in them. They've got the set designs, the character designs, the dialogue, the story, the music, the sounds, and all of it together, even in like those time sync games like Call of Duty, can just create a beautiful like environment and just truly a wonderful place to run around in.
Huh. Would Now we move on to our third question. Are video games beneficial for the mind? Do you think they benefit you while playing them?
That sort of again ties back to the first question. Yes, but it depends what game you play, because you can play a wonderful puzzle game like Portal, where especially in the co-op, because you learn I guess you don't learn, but you can practice teamwork and puzzle solving, cognitive functions, hand-eye coordination, all those usual things that are brought up. And then also if you play a game like Civilization, then you're starting to learn, albeit you might not be learning too much history, but you'll be learning about how like nations work and how they're founded and how they trade and settle and fight.
Huh. Would Now we move on to our fourth question. How do video games affect your daily life?
I am a very avid and active gamer, so pretty much every day after I get off from classes, I'll be playing a video game. So they've sort of been my ability to have like they're sort of like a main like source of fun for me, and especially since you would know, Jack, my house up on the top of that canyon, as a kid without a car, I couldn't like drive out and see friends too
No,
often and
you're kind of
stuff.
stuck there.
Yeah, so I could always get on Skype or get on Steam and start playing games with my friends, even though I was miles away from you guys. So it was sort of like a social thing for me as well.
So it was a intricate part of your social life,
Yeah,
keeping
and
you
I mean
connected.
even now that we're around 800 miles away from each other, we can still play games and talk.
Do you think playing video games have affected your life positively or negatively?
I would definitely say that they've affected my life positively because they've just they've introduced me to one, just a whole new genre of art, basically. I've met a lot of friends through video games. I've had a lot of fun, and it also, I've always tried to have as much fun as possible in any game, because that's what games are supposed to be. People get really angry when they're playing certain games, especially like those shooter games, and there's no reason why you should be so stressed or angry or upset in a game that's supposed to be fun.
I see how your overall perspective of video games is positive, but do you think there's any negatives to video games?
Yes, there are. Sort of, if you can't if you can't distinguish that everything on the screen, it doesn't matter anywhere else, so there's no use getting angry about anything on it. There's no use avoiding a family dinner so you can play a video game or something like that. You have to remember that it's just a game. You play it to relax, to have fun, but it's not something that should control you or any activities in the outside world. So there's people that don't understand that, and that sort of affects them negatively.
Thank you, Harper, for this input on video games, and thank you so much for your time. This is the end of Video Game Entertainment Vlog, but hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again in our next installment.
Yeah, no problem.